Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. We got some major news that needs to be talked about. And I mean major news.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing, you get me?
No, not that kind of news, although it's kinda sorta in the same category, if you know what I mean. Although it's not necessarily like a, laughing matter. This is actually pretty fucking serious. Dr. DisRespect, the two-time back-to-back champion, has been exposed, and it's not looking too great. In fact, I think this might mark the end of his career. So if you guys don't remember 4 years ago, in fact, I actually made a video about it as it happened, Dr. DisRespect got banned off Twitch, and nobody knew why. There was literally scenes of him, looking at his phone. He looked freaked out, he looked like he was about to cry. He had that kind of, oh shit, I'm fucked type of look on his face when he looked at his phone. He then starts rambling about David Icke. He then says, oh shit, and then the stream abruptly ends. And that was his last stream on Twitch, Shortly after that stream, he was banned, and nobody knew what the fuck went on. Now, I said in that video that things looked a little bit suspicious, and in case people want to see it, it's pinned on the upper right-hand corner. I broke out the old cliched Shakespearean "something smells rotten in the state of Denmark" phrase when talking about his banning. Now, at first, initially, I was against the ban. I thought he got banned for no reason. Although I was questioning what the fuck was going on because of his reactions in his final stream. But normally I am an advocate against big tech censorship, especially when it comes to platforms like Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and whatnot. But I've always been against that, and I was siding with Dr. DisRespect. In fact, he was one of my favorite streamers when I was watching back on Twitch. I used to watch him a lot on Twitch. He is the two-time back-to-back 1993-1994 blockbuster video game champion in the online gaming community. He deserves a lot of respect. The dude's been always entertaining, and I always tune in to watch Dr. DisRespect stream. But of course, he was banned on Twitch 4 years ago, and nobody knew why. But it looks to be that we've essentially got our answer. So now, Dr. DisRespect, he's got allegations against him, and this basically correlates to why he was banned off Twitch. And I don't know if I mentioned this as being a possibility in my previous video. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch my video that I made on that topic just to, refresh my mind on this whole story. But he's got allegations against him, which again, pretty much explains why he was even banned on Twitch. So, I'll explain the story to you guys, how it started, where we're currently at, and give you my own thoughts about this whole situation. So, an ex-Twitch employee came out and explained the situation why Dr. DisRespect was banned 4 years ago. And he took to Twitter, and I'm gonna show you the tweet of what he put out and said about this whole situation. By the way, this dude goes by the name of Cody Connors, and this is what he said about Dr. DisRespect being banned on Twitch. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon, and the powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. Now, you've already heard the tone of my voice as I was reading that. Holy fucking shit. Now, just by saying that alone, I could easily just make this a new tech exclusive, because you know how YouTube is nowadays. Because Christ on a stick, is that disturbing. This all makes sense now. This is probably why he was acting a bit sus in that final live stream. It all makes perfect sense. He just jumps into different topics like David Icke, tries to, sway the whole conversation in a different direction, and you hear him look left and right, and say, oh fuck. I mean, this whole behavior, this whole suspicious behavior that we saw in his final live stream on Twitch, it all makes sense now. And it only took us 4 years to finally realize this. In my opinion, this should have been shown to light a lot earlier. Also, I forgot to mention, there was another tweet that happened around the same time Dr. DisRespect got banned by a guy named Rob Breslau, and he says, look, for several hours now, I've been told from credible sources the reason Dr. DisRespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. So judging by that alone, and I'm actually very surprised that a lot of us who were covering the Dr. DisRespect being banned on Twitch story did not see this. Like, a lot of us independent commentators who are covering this exact story as it was happening, I don't think anybody that I have known mentioned this tweet. Now, I've suggested that, he may have been Me Too'd in that exact video. That was one of the possibilities. I also mentioned that there was another streaming service that, by the way, never happened. Brime, whatever it's called. Ninja, Shroud, Dr. DisRespect all being involved in that. That never happened, so we can rule that one out. So now we're starting to connect the dots here. We are pretty much getting closer to solving this mystery. Why did he get banned? So once this former Twitch employee came out, just like most public figures, Dr. DisRespect himself addressed these allegations. Now, I can't tell if he, is denying these allegations or is admitting to it in this tweet that I'm going to read right here. I don't know if he admitted to what he did or he is just, outright denying it, but here's what he wrote. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlements with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. That doesn't specifically say anything, at least in my personal opinion. He did, in fact, respond to these allegations and admitted to what he did later on, which I will link in the description below. We will talk about this. But Dr. DisRespect is not necessarily giving us any clear answers to that response. And many people started to raise eyebrows on what he was saying. And even me, myself, as a fan of Dr. DisRespect, I'm still smelling something rotten in Denmark. The whole mysteriously banned on Twitch is starting to sound less and less mysterious as we go on and as we go deeper into the story. Now we get into the actual statement which Dr. DisRespect posts. Now, I'm not going to read the entirety of this thing, so I'll put a link in the description down below so you can read the whole entire thing yourself. But TLDR, if you are a Dr. DisRespect fan, this is the kind of news you do not want to hear. He basically admitted, yes, I was talking to someone who was underage at the time, using Twitch whispers. And notice how he edited out the word minor in that statement. So in the first response that you did, you basically goddamn admit that you did nothing wrong. And you really weren't telling us anything at all. Didn't really give us any answers. And now you come up with this whole long fucking statement that is too long for me to read, essentially saying, oh, yeah, what I did was in fact wrong. I was using the Twitch feature to essentially talk to someone who is underage and get them to meet over at TwitchCon. Yes, what I did was wrong. But I had no clue that this person was underage. And that's literally an overused excuse that people do when they get caught doing this. And to add even more fuel to the fire and, put more salt in the wound, that exact response then got community noted by Twitter's community notes, and here's what the top result and the most helpful one says right here. Dr. DisRespect is in fact a predator, as 1, a 17-year-old is a minor. Number 2, while he did not meet with the minor, he allegedly intended to, which could have led to serious legal consequences. And number 3, sexual attraction to a 17-year-old is ephebophilia. And it is predatory. Ephebophilia. Ephebophilia. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And much like with most helpful community notes, it does in fact cite a bunch of high quality and reputable sources. So you can also check that out yourself. Even I rated that community note as helpful. So yeah, by definition, Dr. DisRespect did in fact do something illegal. And just by this one statement alone, holy crap. That's a wooden stake to the heart, like a silver bullet. Like, just by reading that alone, and just by looking at the community notes, it's going to be, very hard, and trust me, I've been a Dr. DisRespect fan for like 6-7 odd years. This is going to make it very difficult for me to support him now. Like, I do not support this kind of shit. And thankfully, a lot of people agree with me on this. Nick Merckx, who is a long friend of Dr. DisRespect, released a statement of his own, and he said, "Nuh-uh, after hearing what he did, I'm not going to support you anymore. Fuck you, you're no longer my friend." Tin the Tatman came out and ended his support. Ninja even came out and released a statement of his own. And here's what Ninja has to say about Dr. DisRespect's texting a minor situation right over here.
Involving me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just got 2 things to say, and then we're just going to move on and keep playing Fortnite. All right, number 1. Anything involving a minor at all, no matter what it is, like is not okay. It's messed up and it's illegal, and it's pretty simple. So, especially if you, here's what I'll point out for now. And that is, if you guys don't know, Midnight Society, which is the game that Doc helped build, right, and create, and he was a part of the company, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, right, and found enough evidence to let him go from the company, right? Not administrative leave, not we'll address this later, like let him go after doing their own research, right? And after doing their own internal investigation behind the scenes. So like, if that's not enough, right, evidence or enough to, like, they found something is what I'm trying to say, okay?
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, I'm talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And I mean, look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right? We still don't know if he knew she was underage. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He admitted that in his tweet. Yeah, people are still trying to defend what he did. I mean, even he tried to defend what he did in a really odd way in that tweet. Like, he said that he knew that she was underage, and he would still text her. And the text, I can't remember how he put it in his tweet, but what did it say? That the texts would sometimes go a certain way? Yeah, he edited the tweet 3 times. Just so bad. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad.
So yeah, a lot of streamers are aware of what happened with Dr. DisRespect. Like, there are a lot of people who have completely and outright lost complete and total respect for Dr. DisRespect. As a matter of fact, you might as well change his name to Dr. Lost Respect or Dr. Disrespects Minors. Now, all jokes aside, this is very serious, and I am not going to defend what Dr. DisRespect did. You can go into the comments and tell me that this shit is not illegal, or that he did nothing wrong. I mean, the dude blatantly admit what he did was wrong. Just by this statement alone, right in front of our faces, he literally admitted what he was accused of doing, which is wrong. Now, the legality really depends on which state you live in, but I know everybody here can agree that 18 is that age of majority, and anything below it is considered minor. And supposedly this was back in 2017. You know, remember the time he got shit on and he literally had to go up on stream and say that he has been unfaithful to his wife? Initially, I forgave that. You know, people cheat on one another. Sometimes it can, fuck relationships up, destroy families and whatnot. But, they supposedly got back together and things looked peachy keen. But the fact that he cheated on his wife to someone under that magic number, that's not an innocent mistake. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to side with Nick Merckx. I've lost respect, and his career might actually be over. Like, this is the nail in the casket for Dr. DisRespect. He's done. And the only way you can actually and factually prove these allegations to being true is to actually have the police get involved in situations like this. If you suspect of any public figure of doing any sorts of wrongdoing, don't try to cancel them on the internet. The best thing, the only thing that you should be doing if he does something like this, you should talk to the police and have them conduct an investigation. Because there are people who get falsely accused of it too. And because Dr. DisRespect is such a large name, people, including his fans, completely freaked out because this is such a serious thing. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Dr. DisRespect is innocent. I mean, he blatantly admitted what he did. And there's evidence of such wrongdoings that he did. But I'm still putting this fact out there because these are serious allegations. Allegations that can actually permanently wreck a career. So if something like this actually happens, you gotta be careful. And true or not, the police still need to be involved. I do sincerely hope that the police actually investigate the situation. They do. And Dr. DisRespect needs to be punished for it. Banning him is one thing, but the more I analyze stories like this and the closer I look at them and the more true that they are, the law pretty much really needs to step in. And before I give my final thoughts and end the video right here, here is something that Shroud had to say about Dr. DisRespect, which I find really interesting. So ever since Dr. DisRespect got banned off Twitch, before this whole story even broke to begin with, Shroud and Dr. DisRespect actually used to be like, buddy-buddy. They used to be on streams together. They were like really close friends for a very long time. Ever since they, first started streaming and whatnot. And they were always on streams together and they were always streaming together. But what's really interesting about this is the fact that Shroud, right when Dr. DisRespect got banned, Shroud immediately stopped streaming with Dr. DisRespect. Like, they unfollowed each other on Twitter, they've unfollowed each other on social media, and you haven't seen any of them stream together ever since he got banned off Twitch. And Shroud actually responded to this on one of his streams, and he basically knew what the fuck was going on right when he got banned. He knew immediately why he got banned, and he knew that this was going on right before he got banned. And while he was streaming, he was asked about this, and he essentially just said, you cannot get randomly banned. He has never heard of anybody who just randomly got banned just like that. Someone who is as big as Dr. DisRespect, so he knew something was going on, and he knew what was already going on, hence why he stopped streaming with him, and here's that clip in case you want to check that out.
Shroud, have you personally tried to hit up Doc at all? No. I haven't talked to him since he got banned, because I am a logical person. The second Doc got banned on Twitch, my logic kicked in, and I said, yep, you don't just get banned randomly, and I didn't say a word to him, didn't message him, didn't reply to anything on Twitter, didn't associate at all, because you don't just get banned. I'm not a fucking idiot. Fucking use your brain, people. People don't just get banned.
Yep. Shroud is completely right. You don't get banned off Twitch randomly. You don't get blackballed, and you don't get canceled without a reason to. Now, as a fan of Dr. DisRespect, I've been a fan of this dude since mid-2017, around that time, the peak of games like PUBG and Fortnite. I watch his streams all the time as a member of the Champions Club. And you know what? I, as a humble and loyal Dr. DisRespect fan, I am here to announce, in the light of this story, I am completely ending my membership of the Champions Club. Yes, I'm officially done with Dr. DisRespect. I'm standing by his former friends and all of his fellow streamers. I will not be watching him no longer. We pretty much have some evidence, even in the statement from the man himself. He did something wrong, and I find it completely and totally intolerable. I mean, I cannot support anybody who would do things like this. I cannot support anybody who would openly admit in a statement to do things like this. Telling somebody to meet them somewhere at a convention is absolutely fucking disgusting, especially in the fact that they're underage. I just cannot be a fan of him anymore, and I hope you guys watching this right now are with me and are on the same page here. He might go and cover his ass and say he did nothing illegal, or what he did wasn't wrong, or that he didn't know. That's still just so obviously wrong, and I don't feel comfortable supporting somebody who just did that. Unfaithful to his wife, he said, back in late 2017, right when the year ended. That is the definition of unfaithful. You're not just unfaithful to your wife, you're unfaithful to your own fans for doing something like this. The people that look up to you, the people who tune in every single day to watch your streams, being the most fucking entertaining legend in all of Twitch, being the face of Twitch, being the two-time back-to-back 1993, 1994 blockbuster video game champion in the online gaming community, one of the most legendary video game streamers of all time, you've basically thrown all of that in the garbage. Rip to your career and rip to your accomplishments. I don't understand how people can still support you for doing something like this. I don't understand. You lost me as a fan, Doc. I'm sorry. I loved you for all these years, but I cannot support what you just did. You've just tossed your entire career into the fucking scrap heap. That is unacceptable, and nobody should be supporting it. Nobody should be defending this whatsoever. I cannot defend this. So, being a member of the Champions Club for 5-6 odd years, today's the day I am officially relinquishing my membership of the Champions Club. I'm out of the arena. I'm sorry, but there's literally enough evidence that the fact that you proved it yourself, that you actually did, texted somebody who was underage to meet you at TwitchCon, a grown man doing this, thinking that it's a-okay for you to being able to do that, especially as a married man. I'm sorry, but I'm taking that Champions Club membership, and I'm gonna do just this.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing, you get me?
That right there. And in my first Dr. Disrespect video, I titled it, Dr. Disrespect Mysteriously Banned on Twitch. Well, I guess we can no longer call it mysterious anymore. The mystery has pretty much been solved, and we basically know what happened and why it happened. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Dr. Disrespect deserves to be punished? Do you think he deserves to be arrested for what he did? Do you think he did nothing wrong? Do you think he's guilty? Do you think he's innocent? Will this news make you stop supporting and being a fan of Dr. Disrespect? Again, I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the little notification bell. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. Links are in the description below. Share this video around with your friends, families, boyfriends, girlfriends, enemies, whomever. Definitely helps me out a lot, helps the video grow, and helps grow the channel if you were to share this video with whomever you know. Don't forget to leave all your thoughts, feedback, and opinions down in the comment section down below and what you think about this story. And if you guys have any news tips or video ideas on what to cover next in a future video, don't be afraid to let me know, either in the comment section or on my Twitter/X, which is where I am the most active in. All that will be in the link in the description below. I'd love to get some news tips, video ideas, and topics on what to cover in the future. So don't forget to let me know down there as well. But anyways, guys, like, subscribe, ring notifications, and until then, take care, talk soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You're awesome.